Coming up today on Studio 13 Live, we're chatting with actor, TikTok sensation, and YouTube creator Stephen He about his new series Ginormo with Hollywood pros Ken Mock and Fawn Davis.
Then Ascend Prime Steak and Sushi, showing us how to make spring cocktails with Grey Goose and Saint Germain, the first elderflower liqueur in the world.
Plus, Blitz the Seahawk is in the building. See how you can vote for him in the Mascot Hall of Fame this week.
And Spice Walla is cooking up some vegan Indian street food. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today.
Hi, happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm Carly Henderson, and alongside me today is a very familiar face. Today we've got Bender from
Hi.
Mornings on 95.7 The Jet hanging out with us. Hi. Good to have you. You did radio this morning.
Yeah.
You're doing TV now. Is there anything
Yeah.
you cannot do, Bender?
No.
You can do it all.
Literally, I can do it all. However, I will say that you're about to do some serious heavy lifting for the next hour.
You got it, my
I'm
friend.
just
I got
following
you.
your lead.
Well, I'm excited you're here, and I'm excited to chat about some of these topics with you.
Ready to go.
So let's get into it. A dad in Massachusetts says that he paid $21,000 for 4 Taylor Swift tickets. Anthony Silva says he originally paid $1,800 to StubHub last November for his daughter and her friends, but the day before the show, he still had not received the tickets. StubHub told him replacements were not available, and then he went to a different site where he met prices for $21,000. StubHub is now issuing him a refund. Silva says that he also rented a limo for his daughter so that she and her friends could have the ultimate experience.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh!
Isn't that wild? I can't believe that StubHub waits to give people tickets until the day before, because he could end up in a scenario like this. But I also feel like if he was down to pay that amount of money, he's doing okay for himself,
Yeah,
right? And he also got the limo. It wasn't just the tickets, you know
Wait
what I'm
a
saying?
second. So you're saying that because he could afford them in the first place, because he got screwed over, it's fine. He could afford them.
I just have a hard time feeling really sorry for him, but I do think that StubHub should update their policies to maybe give you the tickets within like 2 days of buying them. Why not, right?
Wow. All right, so we'll shift. From Taylor Swift to Ed Sheeran. Band students at 2 high schools in Florida had a pretty cool, fun weekend. It all started when Ed Sheeran made a surprise visit to their classes on Friday. And not only did he give away tickets to every student for his sold-out show, but he also donated guitars to the school and gave them a little mini concert for free. I don't think you could get any better than that.
No, I mean, can you imagine how life-changing that would be? That would be the coolest thing ever. Who would have been that artist for you when you were a kid that could have come to your school and just like made your life?
Okay, well, I'm going to date myself because that would be Billy Joel.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, suddenly, hey, the Eagles are showing up, and
Yeah.
sure, you're doing that. Could you
That would have been
imagine?
amazing. No. I mean, I'm from like super small town, so it's like to get anyone to even fly into the airport would be a huge ask. I can't even imagine that happening, but that would have been so cool. For me, I think it would have been NSYNC. I was like the biggest NSYNC fan in the world, so that would have just like made my life if that
who's
happened.
your favorite? So if Justin walked in,
It was
JC,
Justin
Of
Timberlake.
course it was.
Now it's Lance Bass. But back in the day, I was
Sure,
Justin,
okay.
ride or die. Another pop queen, Miley Cyrus, says she's actually not likely to perform in an arena ever again. So in an interview with British Vogue, she says that performing in large venues makes her feel uncomfortable. She says she does not feel a connection with the fans when there are so many people, and she really worries about safety. Cyrus just released her 8th studio album with the hit song Flowers on it. So I don't know if you're planning on seeing her anytime soon, Bender, but not going to happen.
It's weird because my mentality on that is totally different. I'm much more uncomfortable in a room with 25 people, but I could walk out on stage in front of 25,000 people and have no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, because you can almost black out everyone else.
Right, you block everybody out.
You know what
That's
I
right.
mean?
I mean, Carly's used to 100,000 people for events, so 25,000 still a bit much.
It's a lot.
But it's weird because you would think that security would be a little bit more over the top when it's a lot less people in a room.
Because there's more easy access to the star, you mean?
You'd
I can
think,
see that.
maybe.
I guess I'm just surprised Miley's making this choice from like a financial standpoint, because we always hear about artists, you know, they're making less and less money from like Spotify and different streaming platforms than they used to, when people used to have to talk about dating yourself, go out and buy a CD or buy something like that. So I'm surprised that she would walk away from the amount of money that she could make touring. I mean, Taylor Swift is making $5 to $7 million a night on Eras tour. So I feel like we've all got things we don't like about our jobs, but maybe just suck it up and do the tour and make all the money. But I mean, maybe Miley's not needing the money.
$5 to $7 million a night.
And that is just from ticket sales. That's not even from merch, which she's making a lot from merch
That
too.
you've seen video of people wrapped around the building to get merch. Wow.
That's wild.
Oh my God. All right, we're going to shift. How about this? Jay-Z and Beyonce recently bought a mansion, and they paid $200 million for it, breaking a California real estate record. And I'm not sure if you know about this, but they also paid cash for it. It's 30,000 square feet. It's the second most expensive real estate deal in the country. They paid cash.
I can't believe it.
$200 million. So it could be the draw for the seller, since the home was listed at $295 million. So they got a deal.
They got a deal. They saved $95 million. That's like almost 30%.
What's the?
You know what I mean?
What's the commission for sales?
Oh, 6%
Is
usually,
it,
right?
Right, but isn't it like the seller and the buyer, they both get 3? So 6% of $200 million is?
12% or $12 million.
It's like $6 million, I think. Is it 6?
6%.
Is it?
I was a journalism major. Don't make me do math, Bender. You want to know something wild about this, though? So this was in Malibu, right? I used to live in Los Angeles, and I would go to Malibu all the time. And this is the area where they bought the home, right? So it's about like 20 to 27 miles of, you know, beach access, right? So in California, there's like a law where you cannot own, you know, the ocean or the beach in front of your beachfront property. So you go to they're public access. So you can go, you enter legally through, you know, walk down the stairs or whatever, and you can go and sit in front of all these mansions. So we would do that all the time. We would go there, you just bring your little picnic and you hang out in front of them. Obviously, if it's occupied, you don't want to be sitting right in front of their home, but it's completely legal and it's a really nice experience. So you might be able to go hang out in front of Jay-Z and Beyonce's home.
Do we know that with the $200 million price tag, that they don't own the beach and the water in front?
No, you're not allowed to own the beach and the water in front of it. How can you own the ocean, you know? So you could potentially swim up to that. But people like these celebrities and, you know, very wealthy people who own these mansions, they would try to hire security to like shoo people away, and they were getting fined like $11,000 for trying to do that.
You weren't shooed away for that picture.
I was not shooed away. And no one ever said anything
Whose
to us.
house were you in front of, do you know?
I don't know, but Kanye's house is down that little way too. Yeah. Pay a lot of money in Malibu, but there's also good ways to enjoy it as well.
That is so much money.
So much money, so unfathomable. I can't believe it. Garth Brooks kicked off his Las Vegas residency last week, but you will not see this one on social media like you have been with other big names like Adele recently. So that is because he has a no phone policy. People who go to his concerts have to lock up their phones inside a case. They can only use their phones in a designated area, and anybody who gets caught will be kicked out. So people will be able to scan a free QR code with professional photos from the show. Do you think this is a good or a bad thing?
This is an old thing. Kevin Hart did this years ago when he came to the then Key Arena and couldn't have your phone. Everybody freaked out about it. And there were many people in our row where they would just take their phone out to check the time or whatever it was, and they were kicked out immediately.
Really?
So, I mean, I get it. I mean, you have artists that are trying to keep everything off the internet.
Yeah.
So, I get it.
I think I would be bummed to not get at least like a couple of videos from the event to be able to remember it by, because I do really, like, I'm not someone who has my phone out, you filming the whole thing. I think that's the most annoying thing in the world, to be caught around somebody who's doing that. But I do like to, you know, get like the chorus of my favorite song or something like that and just watch it over and over afterward and kind of reminisce about the experience and how fun it was. But I will say this will probably make people be more present when they're at the concert.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like enjoy the be in
Yeah.
the moment. You're like, no.
Yeah.
I want to shoot video from my angle.
Maybe. They should at least give you some video, too,
That's right.
Release something like that afterward.
So, like,
it's
I'm
no
sorry.
secret.
No. Sorry,
That's
this is
okay.
your part? That's
Yeah,
your part.
I got
My
you,
bad.
and then you're next.
The radio guy in me. I'm sorry.
It's no secret Seattle's definitely a sports city.
Are you kidding me? Look at this. So when it comes to the games, everybody wants to see the mascots. And of course, there's one in particular.
Yes, so joining us in studio right now is Blitz the Seahawk.
Come
Hey,
on!
thank you for coming by Studio 13
There he is.
Live. Okay, just join me right here, Blitz. Come hang out. Hi, how you doing? This is the first time we've met, so we're getting real acquainted.
Oh.
So this is really exciting. Blitz is actually on the ballot to hopefully be inducted into the 2023 Mascot Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Huh? It's
online
exciting.
voting is happening right now through May 27th, and where people can pick up to 7 mascots. But does that not mean we can't just vote for you 7 times? Why do we have to vote for 6 other
Right?
mascots? Are
He
you
doesn't
really
get
up
it
against,
either.
of all mascots, Miles from Denver? Come on, man.
Do you think you're going to win?
Of course he's going to win.
Oh, that's
oh,
a serious
yeah.
look. So you're actually the longest tenured player on the roster. What does that feel like, Blitz? Okay.
He is, without a doubt, the hardest working mascot in the National Football League. And actually, for those who don't know, Blitz and I go way back.
Yep.
He actually crashed my wedding after an invite wasn't necessarily thrown. There he is right here, crashing the wedding. Blitz undoubtedly showed up. And, oh, look at my beautiful bride.
Oh my gosh. It looks like a music video.
And you're going to see here in a second where Blitz actually tried to move in on my bride. Rachel was, look, what is this?
Blitz.
But I have to tell you, Blitz has a huge heart.
Yeah.
All of his philanthropy work. He isn't just working hard at Lumen Field and traveling all over the place, but he also does the annual Kicks for Kids. Here's a picture from the inaugural, it's a scooter ride that Blitz does across the entire state,
Oh.
raising thousands of dollars, collecting hundreds and thousands of shoes for kids that are not as well off in our community.
Blitz, that's so awesome. That alone deserves a vote, I think. Don't you think? Yeah, make it rain again, Blitz. Make it rain again. There we go. There we go.
That's right. Do you want to stay for the entire show, or do you have to bail? Because we understand you.
Oh, he's getting real comfy. All right, Blitz. Thanks for stopping by. We'll definitely put a link up to vote for Blitz on fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. And still to come on Studio 13 Live, we're checking in with TMZ for our top entertainment headlines.
The latest details about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle after being chased around New York last week by the paparazzi. Stick around.
It's happening all.
It's time to take a look at what's popping in celebrity news.
Yeah, nailed it.
And for that, we're bringing in TMZ senior producer Jacob Wasserman. Hey, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. So we're learning some new details about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle following that chase that went down in New York last week. Everybody was talking about it. What have you learned?
There's a really interesting report that just came out by the New York Post, and it's saying that while Harry and Meghan described this car chase as nearly catastrophic, they actually wanted some paparazzi attention as they were leaving an event that was honoring Meghan Markle. So if you recall, Meghan was honored at this huge event in New York City, and Prince Harry, of course, was there alongside Meghan Markle's mother. And when they were leaving the event, the Post is reporting that they opted into taking photos in front of the paparazzi. And what makes it all the more interesting is apparently one of President Obama's former security guards was there assisting Harry and Meghan, and they actually had the option to avoid security, or I should say they had the option to avoid paparazzi, but decided that they wanted to get their photos taken. And with that, the chase begun. And while they describe it as, again, nearly catastrophic, the New York police have described it, or have recalled saying that there were no accidents and no one was hurt.
Interesting. But, I mean, maybe they stopped to take the photos, but I don't know if they wanted people to keep coming with them, right? You know, maybe they just wanted to get their photo done.
I'm sure that was the case, but I think you can't have it both ways. I think you either want to avoid the paparazzi as a whole, or you decide to lean into it a little bit. So I think that's maybe a decision they're going to have to choose moving forward.
Interesting. Jacob Wasserman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. All right, don't forget, you can catch TMZ right here on Fox 13 weekdays at 7 p.m. Bender?
A security guard at one of Taylor Swift's Nashville shows has gone completely viral for dancing on the job. It turns out he actually took the job because he wasn't able to get tickets to the show. See, we talked about this morning. This is great. I mean, and talk about the foresight of being able to know you're not going to be able to get the tickets, but to be able to actually go, okay, I'm going to get a job out of this. He says that he had to take it down a notch because he was going too hard at the concert. I mean, I get it. It's smart. He got himself a gig.
That's genius. That's genius. I've heard of people doing this with like film festivals before, like do a little bit of volunteering and then you get a pass and can enjoy like the films the rest of this weekend. But obviously, Eras Tour, hottest ticket in town, hottest ticket of the year.
Do you quit after that? Do you quit after the Taylor Swift show?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe though, like you become a force of your own with all these dance moves. You know, you become like the second. You know, they've got the opener. Maybe you're like the follow-up act. The second most exciting person to see there. I don't know. Are you a good dancer?
No.
I'm not either. Horrible. Although your wedding video looked amazing.
We only saw a piece of the way my wife can dance. Everybody else was dancing. It was fine. Everything was great. But it was, again, it was one of those things where Blitz shows up and no, he was the star. My wife was the star. I don't dance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I try, and then often people think I'm joking when I'm dancing, and they're like, "Ah!" I'm like, "That was not a joke. Those were my real moves here."
No.
Oh well, I still get invited to weddings, so I'll take it. Still ahead on Studio 13 Live, we are making spring cocktails with Grey Goose and Saint Germain.
Ascend Prime Steak and Sushi is teaching us how to make their Strawberry Fields and Hugo Rosé Spritz drinks. We're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I'm gonna make your day.
It is time for Seattle Sips, where we highlight amazing drinks in our area.
And today we are joined by Chaz Lee, the lead mixologist at Ascend Prime Steak and Sushi. How are you, ma'am?
Good. Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for
so much.
coming in.
I guess before we go any further, do we let everybody know?
Yeah, let's tell the people. You just won a huge award.
I did. Thank you
What is
very
it?
much.
Tell us.
I was voted Best Bartender by 45 Magazine.
Nice.
Does that come with the sash and the scepter and the crown and the plaque and a bust and the whole deal?
Absolutely. A jester, court jester, everything.
Nice.
Perfect.
Good. Way to go.
Surrounded by greatness here. With the sunshine beaming this past week, I mean, there's nothing like warm weather, cold drinks, all that good stuff. What do you think makes a good light spring cocktail?
Well, of course, utilizing all the summer flavors, citrus, strawberries like we're going to do today. The basic fun thing is you want to be able to drink a lot and cool yourself down. So low ABV cocktails is kind of what we're highlighting today. You can drink a little bit more and enjoy yourself in the sun.
That's great. That seems responsible.
What exactly? It's a low what?
ABV, alcohol percentage.
Oh, there you go. Of course.
Yeah.
What are we making today?
Today we're making two cocktails. One is a play on a vodka spritz, which is called Strawberry Fields. We're using our wonderful Grey Goose essences, all natural flavors, strawberry and lemongrass. Our second cocktail is called the Hugo Spritz. It is trending on TikTok right now.
Oh.
Because of the best bartender in the city.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that much credit, but thank you. Which is made from elderflower liqueur, Saint Germain, from France, and a little Prosecco.
Fabulous. Let's get started with the first
Alrighty.
one here.
First one up is called Strawberry Fields. And we are going to start off with a little bit of sweet vermouth. And that's just a fortified wine. Great choice, gives it a robust kind of floral flavor. We're just going to put a tiny bit in the glass there.
Just a little bit. That's nice. You know, Strawberry Fields was one of my favorite places when I used to live in New York City. It's a spot in Central Park.
Oh,
It's really magical in the summertime.
wonderful.
I literally
Yeah.
proposed to Rachel, like feet from there.
Did you?
On the Bow Bridge.
Oh.
Oh Oh, look at
See,
this.
we all have a connection to Strawberry Fields
Are these
here.
the kind of things you hear when you're making drinks for people?
Absolutely.
The conversations you must hear will be worth a book.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a story with every cocktail. There's a memory. Of course, imbibing with friends. I mean,
Yeah.
what else can you ask for, right?
Yeah. What's the most personal thing you overheard?
Wow. Well, the first rule of bartending is,
Gotta keep it a secret.
Everything's a secret. You know, you can't let people's wives or girlfriends, boyfriends know about things that are happening. Right?
That was a hint if
Okay.
you weren't paying attention
You know
as to
some
what
big
he's
secrets.
what he's hearing.
What's next?
Bartenders, you know, we keep our mouths sealed.
Again, why he's the best bartender
Yeah, maybe that's
according
why.
to 425 magazine.
We know who voted you in. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Grey Goose essences, all natural flavorings, strawberry and lemongrass, 0 carbs and 0 added sugar. So it's great for the summertime, for that summer body.
Love it.
And we're just gonna do 1.5 ounces in each glass here.
Sweet. I always want like strawberry lemonade during the summer. That's just the go-to when I go out to eat.
Absolutely.
With no booze in it?
Lemongrass. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you could put a little booze in it. Either way.
Carly. Whatever the drink is, just throw the booze in. It makes it a nice summer drink.
It's true.
Alrighty, and then we got soda water here.
Nice. Add a little bubbly
Yep.
there.
And then we're gonna do 4.5 ounces.
Fabulous.
Does everybody expect you to be throwing glasses and bottles and everything around?
Oh, well, at Ascend, we have quite a few expensive bottles around, so throwing bottles around is kind of frowned upon a little bit.
You're trying to keep your job. That makes
Yes.
sense.
Gonna give it a nice little stir here.
Cool.
Gonna incorporate those flavors.
I just love these cups too. So
And then,
cute.
of course, we gotta make it pretty.
Yeah, we do.
Wow, look at this.
So you got some lemons.
We got some fresh lemons, and
Love
that's gonna
that.
give it a fragrant, citrusy note.
Wonderful. I mean, fresh fruit and herbs is my go-to whenever I'm trying to think of what drink I want to order. What about you, Bender? What's your go-to drink?
Coke.
Yeah. You're a classic man.
That's right.
Classic man.
Oh no, that whiskey sour I had last time I was here was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But
can
I'm sure
taste
this
all the good stuff.
this is gonna rocket to the top. I
Yeah.
can feel it.
All right, and then we're gonna go our fresh strawberries, beautifully in season right now.
So you just slice them.
Just slice
them
them
through.
and then throw them all over the place.
Gorgeous. I bet people take a lot of pictures with their drinks too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We love being Instagrammable up at Ascend.
At
Yeah.
what point do you, as a big-time bartender, from just mixing regular drinks and to creating your own?
How did I get to that point?
Yeah. Like how long did it take?
Took quite a long time. I've been doing this for about 10 years or so. Cooked for about 7 or 8 years before that. So I have some culinary experience as well.
I could see that.
All right, and there we go.
Perfect.
Strawberry Fields.
Cheers, Bender.
To Chaz.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Very good.
You really could drink this all day long.
Absolutely, right
So
by
fresh.
the pool.
I love it. And what's the next one here?
All right, so next up we have Hugo Spritz, and that's a TikTok cocktail that's very famous right now. We're gonna start off with Saint Germain.
Okay.
That is a liqueur from France that is made from elderflowers.
Okay. So does it taste like elderflower, or how would you describe the taste?
I would describe it as a mixture of grapefruit, pear, and tropical fruits. Maybe even a little lychee in there.
Okay. Yummy.
So very nice, very summery.
Grapefruit is one of my favorite smells in a candle too. I noticed that with all the candles when I started picking up.
I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces of this Saint Germain.
You don't like the percentage of drinks you make on a typical night or a typical shift or however you line it up. It's not all fancy stuff, right? Like what do you think the ratio is to just give me, whatever? Just give me a straight.
Yeah, I mean,
whiskey neat.
I think everything's
For
pretty,
this. Got
it, yeah.
pretty fancy.
Yeah.
At Ascend, we'll do maybe 2 or 3 vodka sodas in a night, but we're doing cocktails, wines, classic
that.
cocktails.
And you were saying the views are just like amazing from there too, right?
Absolutely beautiful. Downtown Bellevue, 31st floor. We have mountain view, city view, pretty much everything you can ask for. Sunsets are amazing there.
Yes.
So I just added a little bit a Prosecco, Italian sparkling wine, Martini and Rossi. And lastly, I'll be adding some soda water for a spritz.
Perfect. Bubbles on bubbles.
Bubbles on bubbles.
Double bub.
How much did you bring all this in, or did the fine folks at Studio 13 Live we have like our own bar?
We don't have our own bar.
We don't? Okay.
Only what people leave behind sometimes.
Got it. Wasn't sure if we had any food to soak up the booze, because I know Blitz brought in donuts.
All right, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate some mint. So there's some oils inside the mint leaves, kind of stay inside the leaf until they're activated.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is slap them, just like that, and it's gonna bring the oils out.
Nice.
And then we're
You're
gonna
slapping mint.
slapping the mint
Slap the mint.
To do what?
to activate the oils.
There we go.
And it's gonna give it a little nice fragrant mint smell.
Did you know that?
Perfect. I did, yeah.
Did you smack the mint to activate it?
Yeah. Usually I'll just chop up my herbs, but slapping's fun too.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
And it works with any kind of herbs out there as well.
Great.
looks
Can
like
we
a-
try these now?
Oh, not yet. I'm just gonna throw
Okay.
the mint sprig on
He's
there.
still got more
All
mint to
right,
smack.
Chaz, just so y'all know, we've got these drink recipes up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. All right, are they all
Here
set?
we go to Chaz one more time.
Cheers. Here we go.
Cheers.
Oh, that's so good.
Nice
You
and
can
light.
definitely
Love
taste the
that
activated
one.
mint.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Very, very good.
We'll be right back after the break.
I wanna see you smile.
You know, if you already watch hours and hours and hours of TikTok videos, you could actually get paid for it now. An influencer marketing agency is looking for 3 people to spot upcoming trends on the app. And all you have to do is watch 10 hours of video. That's nothing.
Nothing.
Let's be honest. Now, if you're interested, you have to be 10 or older. 10 years or older, and write a short paragraph explaining why you're the best person for the job. Those chosen will have to share their experience on social media after their TikTok binge is over of 10 hours of watching it.
That's just like a Saturday well spent.
It's easy.
You know?
Am I the only one, though, that gets the little notification on a Sunday afternoon that says, hey, just FYI, you're averaging 9 hours on your phone a day?
Oh, I get mine too. I'm always horrified by that number.
Oh, my God.
But
I
you
could
know,
do that
it
job.
also counts Google Maps in there when it gives you your screen time. It counts, like if you, which I always route myself to and from work, even though I know the way. It counts maps, so just subtract a couple hours from that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. By the way, are you still tasting the alcohol?
I am, yeah. That second drink was really good, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's great. What a cool job. So if you only have to be 10 and older, what a great job when you're in high school, right? And you can tell your parents, don't put any limits on me now.
If your 10 or 11-year-old starts making more money than you because they're watching 10 hours of TikTok videos, come
Yeah,
on.
they're freelancing.
That's right.
They're
A bride on
freelancing.
TikTok is getting love and hate for catering Chili's at her wedding. I don't mean the type of pepper. We're talking about the chain Chili's. And I ironically referenced it was ironically referenced on The Office, which was kind of weird.
I kind of loved it.
Where reality, what do they say? Art becomes reality,
Yeah.
or reality? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She says that she spent $1,900 on food for her nearly 100 guests. That includes some specialty meals for guests who are either gluten-free or dairy-free. Some people say that should be normalized since weddings are so expensive. Others say, what are you, crazy? I hope the couple tipped the workers. The woman ended up making a follow-up video saying that, of course, she tipped the workers and that she shared that she worked with the restaurant prior to her wedding day.
Nice.
I mean, everybody has a different level of budget. Not everybody can go full bore.
Also, I feel like if Chili's was catering a wedding, that would be the best wedding food I ever ate.
I'd go with Olive Garden.
Oh my gosh, I would be so happy. Either of those. I used to work at Chili's. Did you know that?
No.
You work at Chili's, you're called a chili head. And I was not a great server when I worked there.
But
it
now
was my
look
first
at
job.
ya.
Look at me now.
Look at you
it got me
now.
to where I am today.
Wow.
I would be so happy to have Chili's at a wedding, though. I mean, I have a wedding coming up, and I'm already like as a vegetarian especially, it's always like a large mushroom with like a pepper on it. That's your like wedding food. So we're spending like $2,000 on traveling and like going to this wedding, and we already know we're gonna have to eat before we go to the wedding there. And I never understand when people say like, oh, it's $100 a head for this meal and everything, just because that's not the quality of the food that I'm usually getting. I would be so excited to have Chili's or Olive Garden or any food truck cater it.
The goal for my wife and I at our wedding was to make sure that, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
We made sure the goal was that you will not be hitting a McDonald's drive-thru on the way home.
Smart. Did you feed people at the end of your wedding?
Yeah.
That's the move.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, my cousin did that. She had like little mini like tomato soups with mini grilled cheese sandwiches that you can dip in it. Oh, it was the best thing ever. That's good. That's good. I respect it. I also like when people do like a create your own. Like my friend did a taco bar. That was pretty good too, because then you can put exactly what you want in there. You know?
Oh, yeah, we went crazy.
Yeah.
We went crazy.
An Australian teenager is going viral after posting a video of her wearing 13 pounds of extra clothes at the airport to avoid paying a fine for overweight bags. She knew that her luggage would be too heavy since she was barely able to close it. She did not want to spend the extra cash, so her and her friends started pulling clothes out, putting them on their bodies, hoping that the airline would not notice. But their plan, sadly, my friends, did not work, and they still got stuck with the fine.
Hold it. First thing.
Yeah.
That's Joey putting on all of Chandler's clothes.
Episode.
And of course, they're going to notice, but why is that illegal? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, I mean, also, if you are shameless enough to try this, I feel like they should just let you through. You know what I mean?
But why wouldn't they?
I know. Maybe you get cold easily and need to have some extra layers on you.
Was it, I mean, seriously, did they say that this is going to be you're taking up more than your designated seat on the plane, or?
I don't know. I mean, it makes no sense to me. I feel like you might just need to, like, are they going to put a limit on the number of layers you can wear, you know? It's already so obscure with the sweatshirt situation. If it has a zip, you have to take it off. If it is a crew neck or a hoodie, you can leave it on when you're going through security. I feel like the rules are a little arbitrary.
I'm wearing everything you own.
Yeah, not paying any extra fees there.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, it really doesn't.
Okay.
I bet she could do it at a different airport and would get away with it, no problem.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Coming up on Studio 13 Live, we are chatting with viral TikTok dad, Stephen He, about his new show, Ginormo.
You're going to hear about how he's teaming up with Hollywood producers to bring his new sci-fi comedy series to life.
The clouds, I'm gonna make your day.
A lost sci-fi classic from 1972. Never seen before until now. Ginormo, a show about a team of heroes battling monsters, and more monsters.
And take over the planet!
That was a look at the new sci-fi comedy series Ginormo, starring viral TikTok dad and actor Stephen He. He's best known for his Asian dad skits, which have earned him over 15 million subscribers and 5 billion views on social media. That's B, billion with a B. Now he's teaming up with Hollywood producers Ken Mock from Joy and Invincible and Fawn Davis from The Mandalorian to bring this 6-part series to life.
Here to share all about the brand new show Ginormo is Stephen He. Hey man, how are you?
Hello, hey guys. I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me on.
Good to see you.
It is absolutely insane the views that you've gotten on that, and you just continue to rack it up. That's crazy.
It's absurd. I get recognized on the street now, and I can't comprehend it.
Do people ask you to kind of
crazy.
Do people ask you to kind of play your character when they see you on the street?
You know what I get a lot of? I get a lot of children, and sometimes they just stop and scream emotional damage at me in public.
Wait, do it again.
Emotional damage.
Now, obviously,
Have
you're
you guys
known.
heard that sound before?
Dude, it's fantastic. Obviously, you're known on TikTok for the Asian dad skits. How did you come up with them as you were going along?
Done so many. I started off as an actor when I was 13, and I think I started making videos about 4 or 5 years ago. And I loved comedy skits. That was always the thing I loved making. So I made hundreds of skits, and around skit number 220, I just thought about like, hey, when I grew up in China, like my uncle used to do a funny thing where anytime you get a scam call, he'd try to sell the person back. So I made that into a skit, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to just like make a character that if I was a dad was never impressed, what would that be like? And I made a few of those skits, and it popped off everywhere at the same time. So YouTube, TikTok, and everything. And I think we blew over to 2 million subscribers within just a couple of months, like 5-6 months.
That's incredible. And you're just going up and up. Talk to us about your partnership with Ken Mock and Fawn Davis. How did that come to be?
Oh, this is such a fun project. We wanted to make a show. So coming from like traditional television, like Comedy Central and movies, I've always been an actor and I've always wanted to make a show. And since we have kind of built this platform of audience online on YouTube and on TikTok, I kind of went on this journey of making more cinematic works, works that are more thought out, more written rather than a comedy skit. And then Ken, who's a great friend of mine, showed me this idea that he had that was a satire of 1970s kaiju shows that parodies how terrible the shows were back then, like the OG Power Rangers or Godzilla or Ultraman, long before they had CGI, when they actually had to wear the rubber suits. Both of us, for some reason, I'm a lot younger. I'm 26 years old. But over in China, we got the shows like 30 years later. So that's one of my favorite things growing up as well. So I love the concept of a show that is purposely so bad that it's funny.
I feel like people love that nostalgia too.
Wow, that's
and at the moment 2 episodes are out and people really like get the humor, because we're making fun of so much of the old school film mistakes, the continuity mistakes, like a mic just popping into frame because the mic operator couldn't see the screen. Mistakes like one of our villains gets killed in the next episode, he's back and with no explanation at all. So it's just mistakes like that.
When you're doing the stories per episode, anything come up where you sit there and go, yeah, this is even too bad for our show?
There was a lot, and then every time yes, there is. First of all, it's like we write the scene and we forgot. Oh, wait a second, that character's dead. Oh no! And then we just really, let's lean in on that and never explain it. And that happens throughout the entire show. So we do not take ourselves seriously at all. It's just going to be like a bunch of friends, myself, and 8 of the biggest YouTube creators in the Asian community, literally just having the most fun we can on set. And that's kind of the energy we want to give. We're very goofy. We don't really take ourselves seriously.
I love that. And like you said, this is featuring an all-star cast of Asian American Pacific Islander content creators. Talk to us about why that was important to you and who are the people that we're going to be able to spot in the series?
Oh my, these are great friends of mine, and their level of success, I marvel at it every day. We have Alan Chicken Chow, who took the spot of United States #1 in weekly views back in, I think, April. And we have great creators like Jeannie Weenie, Alan Chow, Nathan Doan, Joma Tech, and Stephen Ho, who you might know from Tips from the ER, and Call Me Chris with her absolutely unbelievable 49 million followers on TikTok. These friends of mine who are just absurdly successful. And when I approached them, I was even like, guys, I have this crazy idea. I know it's absolutely ridiculous. We're going to make a show that parodies kaiju shows. Are you guys in? And all of them were just so kind and so generous. And being an actor, I've got to say, they've really impressed me. They're far more professional than probably any actor I've worked with, to be honest.
Is there a favorite moment from filming that you've got now that is kind of on a reel that you'll show off at some point when the series is either over, or kind of bonus stuff you're going to post?
Oh, there's plenty. Yes, there's a lot. We had probably one of the most unique sets you'll ever see, because we had the traditional Hollywood people like Ken Mock, my co-creator, for example, who's a legend in the traditional industry, being one of the first Asian executives in Hollywood from like 30 years ago. And we have 8 of the biggest creators in new media. So you're seeing things like 50 people are setting up the scene. There's a team setting up the lights, setting up the camera. And the 8 creators are just going so fast making videos, and kind of like the hybrid of traditional filmmaking where you're taking time, you're shooting like 3 pages a day, versus YouTube kind of video making where while the team was setting up 1 light, we made 8 videos. People are just running around like, Steven, hold this, stand there. Ian, give me this, walk towards, say that line. And the way it worked was absolutely crazy. And now they've released some of those videos, and my friends are just absolutely incredible. Some of them's gotten over 20 million views on a single video now.
That's
from the set.
epic. I'm sure you're used to those numbers, though. Steven, thank you so much for chatting with Studio 13 Live today.
Thank you. Absolutely. I'm very honored to be on.
Yeah, good luck with everything. We've got a link with more info on Ginormo up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Still ahead on Studio 13 Live, Spice Walla will be showing us how to make their vegan Indian street food.
Including their signature chickpea salads. Stick around. It is time for Emerald Eats, where we highlight some amazing food from our area.
Oh yeah, and today we are joined by Akanksha Sinha and Uta Mukherjee with Spice Walla. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
I'm so glad y'all are back. I remember your food being really, really delicious last time you were here, so I'm glad you're here. So Spice Walla, you're in Capitol Hill, you're in Ballard. Talk to us about what you're all about and what people can find on the menu.
So we are an Indian street food restaurant in Capitol Hill and Ballard. We focus on 2 types of food items. We keep it really simple. So we've got kathi rolls, which is essentially the Indian equivalent of wraps. And we've got chaat, which is small, shareable, tapa-style plates.
Yum.
We do have 2 drinks also on the
Oh,
menu.
what are your drinks?
We have mango lassi, which we brought for you all, and then chai, which is not the American style chai.
Yeah.
It's more around the Indian spiced chai, so ginger and cardamom based tea.
Okay. What's the biggest difference in the taste with that?
It's less sweeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You can add sugar to it, but every batch is made fresh with ginger and cardamom and whole milk.
Oh, the pride.
Yeah.
What have you guys been making for us today?
So we're making a chana chaat today. Chana essentially means chickpeas, and chaat, like Uttam explained, is something that has all different types of flavors in it. So something that's sweet, savory, tangy, and spicy as well. So it's a fresh, cool salad. Indian street food is usually known for its fried, greasy food. So we brought something that's slightly more fresh for the summer season, and it's 100% vegan as well.
I love that. So exciting. All right, let's get right into it. What's the first step?
First step is chopping some fresh tomatoes, and you can, Uttam's going to just chop it up quickly.
Perfect. And what, as he's doing that, kind of tell us, what kind of flavors can people expect when they bite into something like this?
So again, it'll be something, it's cold, but we have cilantro chutney that goes in it, tamarind chutney, and then our spice mix. So you'll taste something that's tangy, savory, sweet, and then you have an option of making it chili as well. So we do have a green chili, but I wanted to get a sense of how spicy do you both like your food?
I prefer like not spicy personally. Do you go spicy?
I'll stick with Carly.
Okay, fine. So we're not going to add the green chili.
Okay, cool.
But you can, depending on your spice levels, if you want to add a little bit of green chili, then you can.
I'm always so embarrassed when I say that, to be honest.
Okay.
I went to eat Thai food yesterday and they said, between 1 and 5, what do you want? I was like, 0.
But being that we're not really sure what you're doing in front of us, you could really have fun with us right now.
I don't want you setting us. So we've had our tomatoes in here. I'm going to add a little bit of our in-house made cilantro chutney.
Yum.
So just add that a little bit.
Do you like cilantro, Bender?
Sure.
I love cilantro.
And then this is our, again, in-house tamarind chutney. It's a little bit sweet and pretty tangy as well. So just add that in, a good amount of it.
And you can actually buy both of these chutneys from Ken's Market in Finney Ridge, as well as from some Indian stores on the east side.
Oh, perfect. That's great. Yeah, sometimes I want to try making this stuff at home, but I don't quite know where to get all the ingredients too. So that's really good
Or you
to
take
know.
a bite and realize there's something missing.
Yeah.
This didn't taste like this.
Usually I leave it to the professionals.
Well, you can come in and eat anytime.
Yes.
And then a couple of raw onions and then a cilantro garnish as well. That just goes right into it.
Love it.
So just adding a little bit of freshness.
This is like perfect for summer too.
Yep. And then this is our in-house spice mix. So we have a thing on our menu called masala aloo, which is fries. So we just add that in here, and it's not too spicy. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I promise. Okay.
Awesome.
And then we just give this a good mix.
That looks so yummy. And y'all celebrated your 5th anniversary
We
a few
did.
weeks ago. What does
We
that
did.
feel like?
It's pretty amazing. We started in the South Lake Union Saturday Market in 2018, and we just had a trailer with a tent and grills in there, and we used to unpack that every day. And in 2019, we opened our first restaurant in Capitol Hill, and then 2021 we opened in Ballard. So it's been a journey for sure. I mean, we have an amazing team with us of 12 employees now, and we are very, very thankful for the community that comes out to celebrate. But on April 26th, which was the 5 years, we decided to register that as National Mango Lassi Day.
Okay.
So we were
to
giving out
celebrate,
free mango lassis that day to anyone in the community.
I think we're gonna try that. And what's in a mango lassi?
So it's a yogurt-based smoothie. So we put yogurt and milk, and then the mango pulp that we get comes straight from India because it is definitely very different from the mangoes that you get in the U.S.
That is very good.
Fantastic.
And we make sure that it's nice and thick, so you're actually getting the mango and the yogurt, and so it's very refreshing for the summer. Also cools you down if you're ever feeling very hot. Lassi is usually what we drink in the summer to cool us down.
So then moving forward, what's the next plan for the expansion of the empire?
So, I mean, we're looking to expand. We obviously have the 2 locations right now. We've got a few different concepts in mind, but we also would love to bring our food to the east side because we know that there's a lot of people in the east side that would love the Indian street food.
Absolutely. And we just have a couple seconds left, but talk to me about why you wanted to make plant-based food a thing.
So Indian street food is essentially known for a lot of vegan and vegetarian food. So we wanted to showcase that so that it's not only meats, where also Indian food is known for vegetarian and vegan food. So it's easy, accessible for anyone.
I love that. I love this dish so much.
Congrats on 5 years.
Definitely go order it.
Thank you.
More info on Spice Wallet up on our website. See you tomorrow.
It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make